Three, two. There's an old saying that says, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. And if you teach a man to fish, then you feed him for a lifetime.
His whole life.
Now, I don't fish every time, but when I do, there are certain baits I like to use, including nightcrawler, leech maybe. Do you have a certain bait that you prefer?
Some people like the little frogs.
Yeah. But we will never have a greater catch than what we have caught tonight for you on Sports Desk.
Yes.
We have a very special person with us. Ben Bateman is our special guest on Sports Desk. Ben, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Oh, we are so happy to have you on this week's episode. Speed it up a little bit. I was talking a little slow there. That was abnormal of me.
Happy
Ben,
to be here.
we've been trying to get you on the show for about a week now, and
These are trying times here.
it's a real tough.
Yeah.
So we're super happy that you finally were able to clear some time in your schedule to meet with us on our second to last ever Sports Desk episode.
Yeah. No worries. I'll send you the invoice after the episode. You can pay however you want to.
All right.
Look forward to it.
Do you take undying friendship and gratitude?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Oh, first comment already. We're 1 minute in. We have a comment. At this rate, We're
Wow.
gonna have a comment every minute. Carson says, "Man bun Wednesday." Someone could have had a man bun as well tonight. Ben, you're almost there. Skylar
Almost
didn't.
there.
I didn't get the memo.
I told you 20 minutes ago. Anyways, you don't want to listen to us. You want to listen to us talking about sports. That's what we're about to do on Sports Desk.
Yes, we love the Sports Desk coming at you from the penthouse.
The penthouse.
As always, except for that one time
When we didn't.
when we came at you from the gym.
From the gym. You can do the little...
But like none of y'all were there, so.
Yeah. Sports Desk. What's up first, Skylar?
Up first, you want to talk some NFL? I
I
mean,
do.
we've heard a little bit of stories here about Aaron Rodgers, Wisconsin's beloved. And there's a little bit of trouble in paradise, as we kind of referenced last week. And now to kind of add to the mix, former Jaguars, right?
Yep.
Quarterback Blake Bortles just got signed by the Packers. And I believe that happened today,
Happened today.
which is pretty crazy
Wow.
news. So that makes you wonder how much Aaron has left on the Packers team.
No, he's going to be gone, I'd say, by this time tomorrow. Ben, are you a Packer
so?
fan?
Kind of. I grew up in the area, so kind of naturally am. I have no idea. I don't follow. I don't know what happened to Aaron Rodgers and why he was so angry. I also don't know who Blake Bortles is. So if you want to like explain to someone who didn't watch like a single football game in the last like 2 years what happened to Aaron Rodgers and why he's so angry, that'd be great.
Well, okay, so to put this in perspective, you don't even know who Blake Bortles is.
Correct.
So think of Aaron Rodgers and then like divide that by quite possibly 300.
Oh, even more.
Wow.
Maybe even more. Blake Bortles was a starting quarterback for the Jaguars. Jaguars ultimately got Gardner Minshew, who replaced him. And Minshew held his own. And Bortles has kind of been a backup since. I don't even know if he was signed last year, was
He
he?
was with Denver and with the Rams as well.
And did not receive much playing time outside of his time with the Jacksonville Jaguars, where he started, I want to say it was a couple of seasons.
Yeah.
And he did all right. He was no superstar quarterback at all by any means. So moving on from like Rodgers to Bortles is like worse than the Vikings with Cousins.
Now, Rodgers is not gone yet. He's still technically on the Packers team, but a lot of speculation that he's going to leave. Now, Ben, to answer that previous question, I think Aaron is just kind of fed up with maybe the management, how they've been running the team, the personnel decisions, and I believe he just wants out. The Packers have made it to, I think, they've lost 4 NFC championship games in a row now. So maybe he's sick of the team not quite getting over the hump yet. I don't know. Needless to say, I think it's becoming increasingly obvious that Aaron Rodgers will not be in the NFC North Division next year. when the season starts. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think the guy should just retire at this point, right? Like, if he's that unhappy with the program and he's been on the team for like a lot of years, as far as I can remember, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't he just retire? Because he's old too. We've talked about that before.
Yeah,
He's an old fella.
Money talks.
Money talks.
Money talks.
And he's got
Money
talent.
talks.
He's got enough talent in him to play for a few more years at least.
I mean, we see this last year how he was able to go off. I mean, he was kind of limited by having really only one receiver to go to. But the Packers have finally, in a few of their years that they've been around, have finally had a team where they didn't rely solely on offense. They've kind of built up a defense, and they kind of established a little bit of a run game. So it's been like they've been making moves, but it's been so slow and not nearly enough. And the way that they're drafting these last two seasons have just been so questionable. Like taking Love as a quarterback in the first round, mind you, and not really giving Rodgers much weapons to work with outside of Adams and Jones.
Yeah, Ben, that's another thing too. I think Aaron Rodgers is upset about. And I don't know how familiar you are with the situation, but last year in the NFL draft, the Packers traded up to take a rookie quarterback in the first round, almost hinting to Aaron Rodgers, okay, we're already planning for life after you. So maybe that caught him off guard and maybe rubbed him the wrong way. So that also, I think, is playing a part in this drama going on. One of the teams to keep an eye out for in the Aaron Rodgers trade market is the Denver Broncos. I've heard that team being thrown out a lot. They've been searching for a quarterback ever since Peyton Manning left about, 5, 6, 7 years ago. So they might be a team to keep an eye out for in the Rodgers sweepstakes.
True. And the Broncos just signed Tebow, right?
The Jaguars did.
Oh, it was the Jaguars. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where the mix was coming.
But that's a good segue to other NFL news about Tim Tebow.
That's right. So Tim Tebow, as we mentioned last week, was also going to be on campus as our Divine Servant Award, and now he just signed with the NFL team Jaguars, a 1-year deal. After completing a workout and whatnot, and there's a lot of like comparisons being drawn there with Tim Tebow and kind of relating that to kind of Kaepernick's situation.
Yeah, it's not fair. We got just a few comments want to quickly address before we dive into this. Scott Christensen says, "Hola." Josh is referring to Aaron Rodgers when he says, Josh Palmer, that is, "I heard he actually may retire and do Jeopardy full time because he makes just as much money while holding out." Now he's talking about.
That'd be a pretty sick gig.
It would be. Now, what Sky was
Gotta
talking
think
about.
no one should be doing Jeopardy other than the fellow who passed. I feel like that was so sad. Didn't he pass away?
Trebek, yeah, he passed away.
Oh.
Yeah, he did that for many years.
Yeah.
But no, there are a lot of people who are like mad that Tim Tebow got an offer to play instead of Colin Kaepernick, but that's not really a fair comparison. Because Colin Kaepernick actually received offers from teams and declined them, saying, "No, I want to be a starter," like from Seattle. And Tim Tebow, a guy who's just a good, he's a genuinely nice person, probably a better locker room presence because there's less drama. He's playing a different position now because he's willing to adjust, sacrifice for the sake of a team. So that's not really the same situation. Plus, Colin Kaepernick had one good year. This has nothing to do with kneeling for the anthem, but he's not objectively just not that great. But people want to make it political, I guess. So.
Yeah, in the past, even as you mentioned, he received offers from Seattle, but prior to that, he had set up workouts in different places, like no media workouts. He didn't want media to be there at all, and like canceled his first showing. Further on down the road, he ended up making another like workout with some recruits or scouts and whatever you want to call them. I don't even know. Can you call them scouts? But set up a meeting with them, showed up late to that workout meeting, and did receive offers and turned that down because he didn't want to be a backup. And even as a backup, you're still making a bunch of money.
Yeah. It sounds like there's a disparity there between the two characters. Like Kaepernick seems to have a bigger ego, thinking that he deserves a lot. and won't settle for less. And then there's a guy like Tim Tebow who's been out of the league since 2015 and is willing to change positions from quarterback to tight end because he wants to make a team and he's going to work hard. He's an athletic guy. People always find a reason to hate him. He won the Heisman Trophy in 2007. He's a good football player. But yeah, people always find a way to hate. So I don't know, Ben, if you have any comment or speculation on the whole situation. I don't know how familiar you are with it, but...
Well, yeah, not very. But Tim Tebow, future sports desk guest, probably next week if I had to hazard a guess.
I sure hope so, sir.
Yeah, me too. Didn't he play baseball?
He did.
Well?
Yeah, he got promoted a few leagues up. He didn't make it to the majors, but yeah, he recently retired from baseball. Guy's just athletic.
He's just a natural born athlete.
Yeah.
And he's a different position. What position is he playing now? Because he used to be a quarterback, right?
Yeah, so now he's
signed as a tight end.
Tight end, yeah.
Wow. That's I don't know what that means, but that doesn't seem like an easy transition. Maybe it is.
Yeah. Tight ends are like bigger receivers who also specialize in run blocking, going out for running routes. So
you're big fellas.
Yep.
Bigger fellas.
Fellas.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, and I personally feel like I support him. I'm all for that. I just don't, truthfully, I don't think he's going to be able to produce.
I think the odds are against him to even make the team, but I'm rooting for him.
I'm hopeful.
I want him to do well because it's hard to hate a guy who's done so much outside of sports for other people. I want a guy like that to succeed. Carson asks, should unhappy Aaron Rodgers be paid more than teachers? Gotta think he shouldn't. Ben, your thoughts on that?
Oh, man. All right. Should unhappy Aaron Rodgers be paid more than teachers? Morally, no. Economically, Rodgers brings a lot more money in, so it just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But adding value to society, I'd argue teachers are adding more.
I know that Aaron Rodgers was a teacher.
Giving jobs.
That's true. If he was a teacher at a school, I would send my kids there.
Oh, so would I. Maybe that's the counterpoint. That if he was a teacher, he'd
bring in more
be
money.
a high-school teacher. That's not good.
No. Interesting. I agree with you there. Scott says, Caitlin Christensen says hi and go Vikings.
That's my sister. Hi.
Carson also asks, how many times can one guy retire from sports? I don't know.
Who was that kept retiring but kept coming back?
Brett Favre.
Was it Brett Favre?
Yeah.
I feel like there's more than just Brett Favre.
Wasn't there a guy with the helmet? He want to wear a certain helmet. He played for the Raiders. And he retired. But then he didn't retire. Someone knows what I'm talking about.
I didn't hear exactly what you said at first.
He didn't want to wear a certain type of helmet, so he said he was going to quit.
Oh, Antonio Brown?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Didn't he quit and start a bunch of times?
He's been in and out and out of injuries and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Doug says not all teachers. And Josh says Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan did retire once, I believe, and then come back.
Yeah. Did you guys watch that documentary about Michael Jordan?
I actually haven't.
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh. Neither of you?
No.
No.
Isn't that embarrassing?
Wow.
We saw
Yeah, I have. That's even more embarrassing. It's incredible.
This guy should take over sports desk.
Yeah, hey, we
should take over
for you at the desk.
Hostile takeover of sports desk.
Keep the legacy going once we're gone.
My goodness. Wow.
Yeah, but it's 10 out of 10. Definitely watch it if you haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of the most anything about him. Definitely one of the most competitive people on the face of this planet. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Ben, do you have a favorite sports movie that you like to watch?
Favorite sports movie? Probably Miracle. That's kind of cliche, hockey player, but
good segue.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of sports movies are the same. And Miracle being one of them. Bad team wins, good team loses, and then at the end, good team wins, bad team loses. But
yeah. You dropped a little hint there. A hockey player. Do you play hockey?
I used to play hockey competitively for quite a while. Now I don't really play competitively. I coach. I coach a special needs team in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at Wilson Park Ice Arena, if anyone's familiar where that is. We have, I'd say, probably 15 skaters in total, ranging in age from like the youngest one's 4 all the way up to like 17. And it's all skaters with developmental disabilities who otherwise wouldn't get a chance to play hockey. So I coach for them.
That is awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
That's so cool.
I feel like you left that out in some of our previous conversations.
I had no idea that you even coached or with people with developmental. I mean, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's a really good time. It's definitely growing a lot too, like the program, because I think they just recently got a big donation from Bauer, and if you get hockey, like that's a key equipment company, like probably the biggest. They got a big donation from Bauer providing, because like a lot of these families, they can't afford like skates, because skates are hundreds of dollars, and so are sticks and pads and socks and jerseys and everything like that. So Bauer donated a bunch of equipment and cash so that we can alter sizing if needed based on whatever situation the kid has.
That is awesome, dude. I've heard that hockey is an expensive sport to play.
It is. I don't know. I haven't really considered this, but like, it's the most expensive sport that I've ever heard of. That's for sure. I probably like equestrian, I guess, would be more expensive, but like, and it's also you need good equipment to play. Like you need it. If you don't have like really nice skates or a really nice stick, like you are at a disadvantage compared to the other people. And that's, I think, what draws a lot of richer families into hockey for sure. Because like skates can go upwards of $1,000 sometimes. Sticks are $300 a pop. And then consider like if you're good enough, then you're traveling to maybe overseas, maybe to a different side of a country. So yeah, definitely one of the more expensive sports, I think.
Wow. Now, you said you played for a while. How many years did you play hockey? How'd you get into hockey?
Yeah, so I used to, when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, I played basketball at my grade school, Lutheran Oak Creek. And it was really bad, like awful. I started, didn't have enough kids. So I hated it. So I would, go to practice for 2 hours every other day. I come home and I cry because I didn't like it. We went on a field trip to the Pettit National Ice Center in Milwaukee, and we ice skating for the first time. And I was really good. Like I was good. So then I kind of joined hockey. I joined probably 5th grade. Started as an ice chip, and I was the only ice chip, of the age of 3. It was really embarrassing. But I kept with it, and then I played all the way up to high school. So,
wow. So through high school, so you've been retired, so to speak, for about 3 years?
Yeah, you could say that. You like with hockey, it's not by. There are certainly like high teams like with school, but most of the time, if you play club, it's like by age. So in theory, I could have played freshman year of college, but I didn't want to do that. It wasn't something I wanted to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah, be a lot of time commitment, especially with like RA situations too now. And
yeah,
we do have a few comments we want to address regarding The Last Dance. We were talking about that a little bit ago. Doug says that it's lit. He must have seen it.
It is indeed lit.
Doug and Ben should take our jobs.
That's right.
Carson says, "Oh yeah, Skylar, when can I start moving into the penthouse?"
Into the penthouse. That is a good question there, Carson. I will have an answer for you in the near future.
Now, Joshua Palmeyer asks, is Dodgeball a sports movie?
I would consider it a sports movie, yes.
He says his favorite sports movie is probably Cars. I mean, there is not like racing, so yeah, I guess.
I would say, so like, we pitched that question a few weeks back what your favorite sports movie is, and I think I'm going to either have to settle on Space Jam or The Longest Yard.
That's good.
And
Space Jam is great.
Yeah, I'm talking like the Space Jam with Michael Jordan and not the one coming out with LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite sports movie, Jake?
It would probably have to be either the Blind Side. It was really good. And I also really like what's the one with Dwayne Johnson?
Oh, The Game Plan.
Gridiron Gang.
Oh, that's another
Gridiron Gang. Yeah, I guess I didn't specify. That's a great movie for those of you who haven't seen it. Doug asks, does the Mighty Duck way of teaching how to play goalie, is that effective?
I haven't seen the Mighty Ducks in probably 10 years, so I don't know what he's referring to. The Mighty Duck way of playing goalie.
Okay.
If he can clarify, I will certainly ask him. And the answer is probably no.
Doug, can we get some clarification on the Mighty Duck way of playing goalie? Thank you. Carson says Ben Basketball Star Bateman. And also wants to know, what's your favorite sport other than hockey? She's dying to know.
Probably tennis.
Okay.
I recently picked up tennis probably maybe a year and a half ago. Play that pretty frequently. And that racquetball.
Now, have you developed a love for tennis that supersedes your previous love for hockey?
Definitely not, I'd say. That's hard to replace, especially because like there are relationships like tied to hockey, you know, like old teammates, things like that, coaches. Tennis is more of a exercise and just stay competitive in something.
Okay. Good way to stay active.
That's facts.
Scott wants to know, will the Minnesota Wild take the Stanley Cup this year? They have a chance.
That guy, the young kid, what's his name?
Kirill Kaprizov.
Man. Wow, is he good
He's a
at hockey?
star.
He's
a stud muffin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Where's he from? He sounds Russian.
You know,
he's from Russia.
Russia.
Yeah.
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 Oh my gosh.
I never looked it up, but
Scott, is that? Wait, my buddy Alex's dad's name is Scott, and does he have his own YouTube, or is that Alex commenting on it? Oh my gosh. Grace says Airbud is pretty good, and Carson wants to know how tennis scoring works.
it's in love.
Tennis scoring is probably one of the most confusing things that I've ever experienced in my entire life, right? So you start at love all, right? 0-0, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you score, and it's 15 love, okay?
Okay.
And then if you score again, it's 30 love.
And the other guy hasn't scored yet.
Yeah, see, I love
Correct.
scoring.
Yeah, the other guy hasn't scored yet. We're getting there. And then you score again, it's 40 love.
Okay.
So it goes by 15s, except it doesn't.
Yeah, so why all of a sudden is it 40 and not 45?
That's a great question.
Answer.
I don't know.
Mathematician's worst nightmare.
And then when you have 40 and you score again, that's game.
That's
the game's over.
Game over.
But then you have to win. You have to win 6 of those games to win a set, and you need to win 3 sets to win the match.
So I have to win 18 games to win the match?
At least. You have to win by, I think, 2 at some point if you're tied.
It's just like volleyball.
Yeah, so if everyone's tied at 40, right, in a game,
okay,
it's 40 all, that's deuce.
I'm thinking of Wii tennis right now.
Right.
How they score 15 love. Like,
yeah.
Trying to visualize
and they go
that.
Deuce, like when you're tied.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, so, yeah.
Then
if you're serving, yeah, if you're serving and you score a deuce, it's add in.
Okay.
And if you're not serving and you score a deuce, it's add out.
Interesting.
Okay, next comment. Thank you, though, for the clarification, Ben, because that's
welcome.
confusing.
I will forget that in the future.
Okay, so it turns out my buddy Alex's dad, Scott, is watching. Scott, thank you so much. Obviously, you have your own YouTube account. Subscribe to Sports Desk.
My dad, Scott, is watching, too.
It's a Scott reunion. He asks, is Ben Johnson taking our Gophers to the Final Four this year? Now, for those of you who don't know, the Minnesota Gophers basketball team just recently hired a new coach, Ben Johnson. And basically, our entire team this next year is like D2 transfers almost, or no, small D1 school transfers. I don't think we're going to be good, Scott. I think it's going to be a long year. But I'm holding out hope. Sky Yuma. We'll see. Yeah. Doug says, that's complicated. Something about love. I think he's talking about tennis. Jonathan Wardell says that we love people who love tennis.
I love tennis. Didn't Jonathan play tennis? Or am I misremembering?
And actually,
the face of WLC tennis.
And for those of you who want to go back and look at our channel, we have an episode with Jonathan from last semester. It's called How to Suck at Serving, because Jonathan sucks at serving.
His players will tell you that.
Yeah.
Ooh, so, Jonathan, did I crush the explanation of tennis scoring, or did I get something wrong?
Man, I don't know.
That's a question for him.
I'm not even going to read all of his comments because he's explaining it very well, and for those of you watching, you can read it.
I can't see it.
But watch it later.
Ben can't see it.
I don't care. Joshua Palmeyer wants to know, Ben, how do you feel about college sports?
I'm pro college sports.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, please elaborate on that.
Please elaborate on that. In what? Like, how I feel about college sports.
Yeah, like, why do you like them?
Why do I like them? I think it's good to stay competitive. I think it's good to instill, like, the value of teamwork. That maybe the individual isn't as stressed as they should be, and it's more for the collective. I think that's an important value to teach.
Do we ask him if he thinks that college athletes should get paid? I think
college athletes should get paid. I think Division I college athletes should absolutely be able to profit off their likeness.
I think. Okay, sorry, never mind. We crossed this topic. I'll spare you.
What?
I'll spare you.
But the people want to hear.
Next question.
Okay,
just kidding.
Jonathan says he was marinating chickens.
Huh.
But other than that, go ahead.
So I think when it comes to like college athletes and being able to play, I think like the money they get from scholarships is going to be a pretty substantial like sum that I feel they should either be able to take up in like cash or the like or like monthly like allowances kind of a thing, and then whatever like company that wants to kind of like sign them on to whatever can also like compensate them in some form or another.
Yeah.
But aside from
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Scott, Alex, I don't know if you guys are still watching, but if you are, I actually reached out to Rashad Bateman a week ago, but Ben Bateman was our best backup option. But I figured you guys would appreciate that we did try to get Rashad Bateman. And actually, tell Scott your connection with Rashad Bateman.
Well, up until recently, Rashad Bateman was dating one of the girls that I grew up with and was relatively close friends with up until like I moved away for high school and college. But yeah, so they dated for a bit, and so it was weird like seeing Rashad Bateman like pop up on like my social media because I wasn't really like following the guy at all at the time, and then they were dating. So
yeah, and then he got drafted.
He got drafted, and they broke up shortly before he got drafted. So sadly, those ties have been cut.
Yeah, I commented on his post and thought maybe we'd have a chance, but nope. So we're stuck with Ben Bateman.
Guy gets drafted and he thinks he's better than us.
Not stuck. Honored. We're honored. But
no, close second. I'm an afterthought. It's okay.
I think Ben, didn't you say you tried to email him?
Yeah, I was gonna try to email him because I wanted to race him, in like a foot race. Because you got to think I'm taking that, right?
He ran a 4.39. You're probably what, 4.2?
At least, yeah, height.
I'm thinking if the race is on skates, you're taking the cake every time.
No,
facts. That's facts.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it won't be close. But you have to like pay to like contact his agency, and I was devoted, but I wasn't that devoted.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either.
Scott says PJ Fleck will come on to our last show. That would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, we didn't ask him.
That also means they're still watching. Carson says, unpopular opinion, Ben Bateman is much better than Rashad Bateman. But at what? Because I'd have to say that Rashad Bateman is better at playing football. He's a first-round draft pick. So...
It's hard to compete with.
Yeah, he's 6 foot.
Yeah, he's taller than me a little bit. He probably lifts more weights than me.
Oh, I don't know. But maybe. Carson says in general. Just in general, he's better than you.
In general.
Yeah.
He's better than me? Wait, no, Rashad's better than me or I'm better than Rashad?
I think...
You're better than Rashad.
Oh, okay. I thought that... Okay, yep. Yeah, you're just a better guy to talk to, she says.
More personal. Can really tell a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, has she ever talked to Rashad?
She has.
Has she talked to Rashad before?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of being... She's discounting my boy Rashad.
We even had... Actually, Scott and Alex, also back to you. We had an episode, one of our first ones ever, called Bateman is Back from, I believe, September, where we talked about how Rashad Bateman returned last year to the Gophers for one last season. Then, of course, he opted out again. But hey, you want to know what's really big is the NBA. Something huge just happened the other day with Russell Westbrook. Cue the music.
Oh, yeah, the music.
Russell Westbrook.
The dude broke a record.
A record is broken.
A triple-double record, which he tied quite recently and then ultimately broke. When did you say that happened?
Oh, man, that was like 2 days ago. Recently.
Yeah.
It was previously held by Oscar Robertson.
It was so recent, I can't remember.
And that was held... That record was set in 1971. And then, yeah, Westbrook just broke the record for all-time triple-doubles. I'm actually going to quick look up to see the exact number that he had. But it was a lot.
Which is pretty crazy, because, I mean, when you hear people talk about, like, greatest in the NBA, like, everyone's like, oh, LeBron, oh, Kobe, oh, Jordan. Like, rarely ever do you, like, have a point guard in the mix, but when you're putting up triple-doubles of that nature, like, that's insane.
It is.
Like, no discredit to, like, all the other guys who have rocked the league and, like, just been scoring left and right. And
he now has 182 career triple-doubles. And that was as of 2 days ago when he broke the record.
That's, like,
more than I have.
That's more triple-doubles than I had points in high school.
Number 10 on the all-time list. Will you guess this guy's name?
LeBron?
Fat Lever. I can't make this stuff up. Number 10 on the all-time triple-double list is named Fat Lever.
Did we see, like, LeBron or Jordan on that list at all?
LeBron had 99. Let me check. LeBron is number 5 with 99. MJ not on here at all. Yeah, but NBA
it's a triple-double.
Apparently Giannis, that's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Oh, yeah, we can, yeah.
Ben, you just asked what a triple-double is?
Yeah.
Correct, I did.
So a triple-double is where you score double digits in, like, either points, rebounds, steals, assists,
blocks,
rebounds. Basically anything that you can, like, be credited for on the stat sheet that isn't, like, minutes played or fouls, you can get a triple-double for. So, like, a double-double is where you get, like...
10 points, 10 rebounds.
10 points, 10 rebounds, whatever. But a triple-double is, like, if you get 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. So, like, those are double-digit numbers. Number 10 is. And then because you had double digits in 3 of those categories, that's a triple-double.
Right. Now, you don't want double digits in turnovers. That's bad.
Yeah. Does that also, like, result in a double-double?
I
don't know. Because then I might have had a double-double at one point.
Yikes.
In other NBA news, Carson points out that Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bucks star player, is apparently having a second kid. So congratulations to Giannis.
Boo. Yeah, Adam Thielen. Oh, sorry, never mind. Thomas Rhett is having a kid. I don't know why I said Adam Thielen. But Adam Thielen was quoted the other day saying, or talking about Lambos.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And I thought that was kind of funny because you and I were actually just outside Lambeau Field not too long ago.
That was crazy.
We actually got interviewed.
That was amazing.
By some nice lady from
Green Bay's
Spectrum News or whatever.
Never got the footage.
So, Griselda, if you're out there.
If you're watching, Griselda.
I want my footage.
I messaged you on Twitter. You literally left me on red.
I messaged you on Twitter. You messaged me back and then left me on red.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather not be strung along like you.
But yeah, so we were there and, like, obviously when you're outside of a stadium that's like of that magnitude, those are always like impressive to see. And then like Titletown is a really cool place to be. So like if you ever get the chance to go, definitely go. There's a lot of like history behind it, but in all fairness, Thielen does have a point. That stadium itself is nothing like crazy special or anything. For the fans anyways, is in terms of like comfortability.
Yeah, in terms of like what other modern stadiums are like, it's very impressive in the sense that I think there's a lot of history there, and it's a very unique place. But yeah, I think with what people maybe have become accustomed to experience at stadiums like at a U.S. Bank Stadium, which is newer, maybe more luxurious, Lambeau is not quite up to that standard.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's saying Lambeau Field is, a dump. I think he's just kind of. Plus, it's their rival. You gotta smack talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I didn't listen to the conversation.
I'd almost prefer like the older one personally. But I have a quick question or a quick comment about Westbrook. I really think that the Wizards flipped the switch pretty well, and I think that they have potential to win one of the playing games. That's for sure.
And I think you definitely read that off of someone.
You look like you're reading the text.
Yeah.
No, that was from my brain.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I think that the Wizards are really good. I was gonna say when you started, I was like, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that. Oh my gosh, who sent that to you?
Was it Joshua?
See, that's a question that I could answer. Joshua Palmeyer did.
It was Bork, wasn't it?
It was Bork.
Bork. Well, yeah, Bork's feeding me lines through the
Jonathan says that he is surprised that Giannis's kids don't already come out 6 feet tall. That poor mother.
Yes, he is.
Carson wants to know. Oh, here we go. What is Ben's favorite animal?
My favorite animal?
Bongo. All right, time is up.
Probably like a penguin.
Sick. That's why Pittsburgh's my favorite hockey team.
Skyler's favorite animal.
Same. Yeah, me too.
What's your favorite animal?
I identify with about 4 of them.
List them in order of importance.
Most important, a golden retriever.
That's fine.
Sid the sloth, and a bear.
Did you say 4 of them?
That's
and
3.
Wolves. I like wolves.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm very predatorial.
Well, you really left me on the edge of my seat there with that cliffhanger.
Yeah.
No, I think.
Wait, you're very predatorial? You're a predator?
No,
That's
like
a little weird, Jake.
I didn't mean it like that. It's not my fault. Carson prompted the question.
Have we ever had the
Why
camera
does
shut
your
off
camera
twice?
keep going on? Yeah.
It happens every week. Normally, it doesn't happen twice, though. You're right, Skyler. This is kind of strange. I think we are being manipulated.
Yeah, could be.
Ben, do you have a favorite professional hockey team? I know you are an avid hockey player and coach.
I'm a big Penguins guy.
Did you say that already?
I'm a huge. Yeah, I did, but
I'm full of sugar.
I'm Crosby. No, that's a little controversial to some people. But we think that he's one of the best players to ever play the game for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I like Alexei Ovechkin.
Yeah, guy, he's a stud too. I'm always fascinated by how young these guys are. Like, I guess there isn't applause Crosby and Ovechkin, but like Connor McDavid, he's like, he can't be over 22.
I know Kaprizov's like only 22, 23.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, they're like older than me.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting.
Bring it up in the best league in the world.
We have another question from Carson. This is for us, apparently, not for Ben. If Ben was a color, what color would he be? Is this like that thing from TikTok where it like describes personality? Because I don't remember what.
Well, I'm not in Carson's head.
I never.
Ben, when I see you, man, I feel like not because you're wearing the color, but I just feel like you give off some red vibes. I don't know why, but according to that TikTok thing, red's bad.
Right.
Oh, no.
But it could mean something good in sports desk terms. Because it's one of our colors.
Facts. Why would red be bad?
I think it's just like a angry color.
Blood.
The blood of the enemy is kind of a vibe.
But you are a friend. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably say black because you...
Black and red sports desk.
Yeah. Just because I think you're so diverse in interests and personalities that you're a combination of all of them.
Oh, thanks.
Oh.
Angry and death. I like that. I like that's what you think of me.
Right. No, we love you, Ben. I think. And yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess we could cover a little bit of WLC news briefly. We didn't write anything down this weekend, if you couldn't tell. But I know WLC Baseball's team came so close to making the playoffs. They had to win both games on Sunday against our rival CU Dub. They won the first game, lost the second game 5-1. But a silver lining of that is the team started off the season kind of on a low note and was able to fight all the way to the end to fight for a playoff spot. And senior pitcher Joe Serbiak set the single-season WLC record and NAC record for strikeouts in a year. So kudos to him.
That is right.
Congratulations, guys.
And I'm pretty sure it was a shortened season, too.
Yeah.
So for him to accomplish that with limited time, not getting nearly as much time for like the rest of all the other seasons that have happened and taken place before this, for him to set that record is pretty great.
I know there were several games where we would see him like on Twitter, the stat sheets, he had double-digit strikeouts. So that's pretty crazy. I don't know if he walked a lot of guys too or not. I don't know, but
at one point he did lead the entire conference in strikeouts and walks.
Okay, so it's either one or the other, I guess.
Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He does it all.
High risk, high reward.
High risk, high reward. So congratulations to him. Congratulations on the baseball team for fighting through the end. You'd have to think they could build off of that for next year. Fall ball is going to start up in a few months. And WLC Track hosted the NAC Championships this past weekend. We had one of our good friends, Sam, do pretty well.
Yep, Sam took first in I think the men do the heptathlon?
They do the decathlon. Women do the heptathlon.
Oh, okay, sorry, I switched them up. Because Sam won his, and then the guest that we had on, Caitlin, not too long ago, won hers.
Congratulations, guys. Yeah. I think Sam said he PR'd in 6 events.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And he was one pole vault clearance away from breaking the school record. I think he came really close, he said. So congratulations, guys, on a great season there.
True. We had a few third-place finishes, a couple of second-place finishes in relays and individual events. I know with all the records that Kendra Schumacher has been breaking in the 100 and the 200 and whatnot, she ended up placing second in 2 very close races in the 100 and in the 200 open. But, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, women's 4x1 took second. I know that. Shout out Bulk.
Were you actually in attendance? I know I'd seen you at a few other track meets in the past.
No, it was Friday. I went Saturday, unfortunately.
Oh, Ben, are you somehow emotionally tied to the women's track team?
I am emotionally tied to the one woman on the women's track team in particular. Not all of them, yeah. No, just emotionally one. I care about all of it. Yeah.
That's good. I
Borg.
think, okay, and do you know if Borg is subscribed to SportzDescx?
Borg, I never watching subscribe to SportzDescx. So
Thank you.
Do you know if Borg is currently watching this episode?
Hear you.
I don't think he heard you.
Do you know if she's watching this episode?
She is indeed watching. At least she Snapchatted and said, "I didn't think this would be so sports. I'm really lost." And I said, "So am I."
With the name of Sports Desk.
Yeah. We're not here to talk about flowers or something random.
Flowers.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Great job, WLC, for doing a great job this weekend in track. Baseball, way to fight hard. I don't think really anything else major happened.
I haven't heard anything, haven't done any research either on like tennis or golf or anything like that. So that's to our own discredit him.
Do you think, Skylar, though, with 1 week remaining of Sports Desk existence, there's been a lot of speculation about the men's golf coach
I mean, we have had him on the hot seat
for
forever.
a long time. You have to think the market for a new coach is that scarce that they can't find someone new.
You know, and it baffles me.
It baffles me because you look at the results and they're not satisfactory.
And we talked to the man himself,
And he said,
and he was going to show us the golf simulator on Sports Desk.
yeah. And he said, tell him what he also said.
I don't remember what
I don't either. I just was hoping you'd pick me up there.
What did he say?
I think he said he was going to quit or resign. Yeah, Ben, what are your thoughts on the men's golf coach being on the hot seat? Do you think there are other options that would be better suited for his role?
You know, when I think of the men's golf coach, I really think that his talents and his God-given abilities would be better used as the director of Res Life. I think that if that's a role that would suit him really well.
Interesting. I think maybe next time we run into him, we could suggest that as a possible career choice.
Yeah, I mean, you can certainly. There's a lot of horizontal mobility, I feel like, at WLC. Just trying to drop that term on you.
Horizontal mobility.
I feel like that's the right word, right? It probably would be vertical. I guess
mean,
no, it probably would.
if you're the golf coach, it's some like horizontal, some vertical. You want the happy medium.
I think stepping is a
Mobility.
step up to be the director of residence life. I would call that vertical.
You call it so, but you're also moving departments.
This is true. But when
So
one
it's,
department is above another department.
I think even
It's more of a
geographically,
diagonal.
I think
Diagonal
even
mobility.
geographically at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's going like probably northwest, right? You got to think.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be interesting to see.
Does he have 2 offices?
Will the men's golf coach remain to see another season? I think that's something we're all going to be waiting for, and remains to be seen. So we'll see. Ben, we do not personally have anything else to ask you. We just want to thank you for being on Sports Desk this week.
That is right. Yes. Thank you for taking time out of your lovely evening.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, guys. I really enjoyed it.
You are a true alpha, and we thank you for that.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, that was Ben Bateman on this week's episode of Sports Desk.
Sports Desk.
Sports Desk. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, wow, they only have one more episode ever of Sports Desk. And
sad.
I'm equally as sad as all of you. But, all good things must come to an end. So tune in next week, 8 p.m. Central. We are going to be advertising this like none other. We're going to be wearing our shirts. We're going to be wearing our earrings.
I feel like you're saying a lot of things that I'm not going to do.
All right, we're going to be wearing our hair up in a bun. You owe me that. It's going to be big. We're either going to have Tim Tebow on
It's going to be huge.
or no one. So it's really hit or miss.
I was told, actually, quite recently, my sweet little brother, Frankie, would love to be on the show.
Would he?
Now, Frankie is a young lad
Okay.
that suffers from stage fright.
Good thing this is not a stage.
Yeah, so there's nothing to fear, buddy.
Yeah.
The world will see you.
Otherwise, you can always be on the spin-off show of Sports Desk.
Yeah.
Because every successful franchise has one of those.
On sports table.
Yeah.
Table
So
talks.
next week, last ever Sports Desk episode. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be pretty normal. But it's the last one.
That's
so
right.
please watch it.
The end of an era.
The end of an era. Please subscribe if you haven't. You can't get a shirt anymore. That's done.
He also will only get one more episode.
Right. But for those of you who've bought a shirt, thank you.
Yes,
Carrying on our
absolutely.
legacy.
Thank you.
We do appreciate the support. The offer of us signing them does still stand.
I can't remember who all wanted signed shirts, though. So
Christian, I know, does. Izzy says it could be called Sports Tables. Interesting.
very creative, real original.
Yeah. Anyways, we got one more episode for you next week. Then it is the series finale of Sports Desk, not premiere, because it's the end. So tune in next week, 8 p.m. We'll see you there, Skylar.
That's right. Sports Desk, the quicker picker-upper.
Yes, sir.